Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Grivok Games. Doing another drop into Fortnite Battle Royale here, and my topic today is going to be freemium games. So I just saw a trailer today for a new Neverwinter Nights game, which is apparently free to play. And of course, right now I'm playing Fortnite with the free pass, which is free to play. And as this is kind of a new phenomenon for gaming, I mean, well, new in like the last 15 years or so, I kind of wanted to ring in with my thoughts on it. I actually don't think there's anything here. Oh, it's an ammo. Ha. As a gamer who played games back when there weren't really any free games. Although back in the day, what we did have were free demos. So you could do a little try before you buy, but that was about it. There was no completely free games. And I guess you can almost put completely free in quotation marks because, as they say in business, there's no such thing as free. So, with my free pass to Fortnite, I can pretty much play the game like everybody else. I would say the one thing I don't like with the free pass compared to the full pass is the absence of the challenges. I think the challenges are something I probably would enjoy. I don't really care too much about the cosmetic skins and stuff like that. I mean, my free one is perfectly okay with me, but being able to have something else to do in the game might eventually be the thing that makes me reconsider actually paying money for the game. And also, I suppose the other thing is I actually do enjoy the game. I think the gameplay is very good. I think it's kind of got a unique, has a unique aesthetic. It has good controls. The game's being changed up on a regular basis, so I can probably justify throwing some money at Fortnite, and I probably will at some point. However, I do have those moments where I just cannot abide by free games, and that's when there's the paywall, where the experience that somebody else gets to have of the game because they pay is different than the free players. And I think, once again, Fortnite does a really good job of that, in that I can have all the same Battle Royale content of somebody who actually paid for the game outside of the skills or the skins and challenges. But once fundamental portions of the game are restricted behind a pay barrier, or when you're not competitive with the paid players if you use a free version of the game, that to me is a much bigger issue, because, well, then you're basically, effectively what you're doing is you're filling up servers with free players for the paid players to beat the ever-living snot out of, which I think is somewhat disingenuous. Now, I actually haven't played a lot of free games, to be quite honest. I suppose mobile would be the only area where I actually have played free games, and the only thing I played there to any significant amount was Plants vs. Zombies Heroes, which, for those who are unaware, is a card capture game. Not exactly ridiculously competitive, but interestingly enough, that's a game I played, and then I gave up. I got sick of it, and I said, that's it, I'm not playing this game anymore, I'm done. And the reason I made that decision was I was just finding that the amount of cards that you needed to be competitive was not really attainable for anybody with a free pass, or, with anyone who's not spending money. Basically, you had to spend money in that game to really remain competitive, or the other option, you had to dedicate your life to that game. And even the games I pay for, I don't really want to spend a ton of time with. I kind of like to move from one game to the next, and eventually on my channel right now I've been focusing on Fortnite, but you'll see in the future I'll be playing all kinds of different games. For now, I'm just working on getting better at Fortnite, so I play it more often, but I have no intentions of playing only Fortnite. I will definitely be moving on to other games, so hopefully that's something that you'll enjoy. But like I said, with Plants vs Zombies Heroes, it was a game I played a lot of, and I was a lot more competitive than I was in that than I was in or that I am in this game. I constantly got to the Ultimate League in that game, and I was very competitive. I won a lot more matches than I lost. Once again, unlike this game. Wow, there's just a golden scar sitting here. Sure, why not? I think that's what they say. If you're streaming, you always find a golden scar. So I played that game for a while, and I was very competitive in it. But I think it was in season 11, I basically just hung it up and said, I'm not playing this game anymore. And what I found was the variety of cards that people I was playing against had, just it seemed impossible to earn that many cards. Like, you could theoretically get any card in the game just by grinding with just using a free account. However, it wasn't remotely feasible in a lot of cases. Like, you typically want like 3 or 4 of the same card in your hand in order for you to get it on any kind of regular basis. But if you wanted legendaries, it was like 4,000 shards, I believe, 4,000 or 8,000, I don't recall. 4,000 shards just to get one legendary card. So you do that for 3 or 4 cards. That's probably more cards than your average person is going to find just by playing it at a, not completely dedicated pace. So if you're just playing a couple of hours a day, you would have never gotten to that point. And at some point I realized that the game was making me feel like in order to stay competitive, I was either going to have to put way more time than I wanted to into the game, or I was going to have to pay to get the cards. And once I felt like that, I was done, which is interesting because other games I would be thinking, I have this game that I paid for. Well, then yeah, I would have no problem at all playing that game for however many hours it took because I paid the money up front. I already made the decision that I wanted to spend money on this. So in those cases, I just I kind of felt cheated by the game because you're always hoping that if you're playing a freemium game, that you're going to be able to compete with everyone else, and I felt like that was effectively going away in that game. So I heard shots fired. I don't know where that came from. Oh, there's another chest in here somewhere. Where you at? I need to get better headphones. I never know where anything is. Clearly there are people fighting. Oh, I hope they have fun with it. Sorry, I have a feeling I'm being watched. So yeah, I kind of wish board games just simply charged a cost up front. If the only way that people can become competitive is to pay, then you should just have to pay for the game. That should be the be all and end all of it. Otherwise, I kind of like what Epic is doing with Fortnite, and they basically say, hey, if you want to play the game, we'll let you play for free, and we won't really hide anything from you if you get the free account. However, if you want all this extra cool stuff, then you'll need to pay. All right, we got somebody here. I think he sees me. So I'm going to, yeah. Let's see if I can pop him in the melon. Is he moving? No. Come on, pop your head up. Pop your head up. Where are you? Oh. Is he moving? He's a better shot than I am. Alright, now we go with the Scar. Oh. Nice try. Let's see how much attention I drew. That's weird. I actually won a battle. Alright, time to get moving. I don't want any more attention. Alright, I knew I was going to draw more attention. Where'd you go? What did you eliminate me with? Oh, I guess he had a rifle. Or somebody else hit me. Well, anyway. Thanks for watching.